What do you think of the wall?
Looks a little dextery, or that you're gonna be strapped down naked to the floor. Either way, don't want to see it. Either way, I'm out. It's been a blast.
Ciao, ciao.
Most overpriced piece on the race car.
What do we got there? How much is it?
Alright, it's like 1100, 1200. Strange drive shaft, ridiculous.
What are you doing there, Fred?
Well, you gotta put your number on your drive shafts in case they go flying out. They know who to return them to in case of an accident. And so I autograph it. 2022. You never know. One day when we're not using it anymore, me or somebody can put it up on their wall. Use Spicer U-joints, nothing but Spicer. These ones here are really nice. They got the grease fitting on the end. Loctite them in. And that way when you're up in the air and you get the car, you rotate it down there at 12 o'clock. And you're obviously going to time this. So both U-joints are at 6 o'clock. But I just dummied it on quick because I'm going to grease it up anyways. And that way you can just get at it, to grease it real easy. Most of them have them down in here in the U-joint, and pain in the ass, you need a football needle to get at them.
It's definitely a pretty looking part.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's actually really nice. So you're just going to time it like that so they're in line. On the bottom, you can look at your name and stuff. They're pretty precision. They're like when you go to turn it, you'd have to be pretty good. It's almost zero tolerance. I don't even think there's a foul play in that. So I guess that's why you're paying $1,200. They keep their tooling on their equipment in good shape. That way, you don't get things that are oversized. Could be worth it. But I like using just grease. I don't like using Never Seas. Never Seas. That was Loctite. I Loctite my yokes in the transmission we're in. I like using this stuff.
What do you got there?
Oh, it's just it's like a synthetic grease from I don't know who that was from this one. And it's just nice to work with in Never Seas. You know, we usually Never Seas if you want, but you're at the racetrack and something goes wrong, you're under there, you got Never Seas all over everything. That thing, you'll have it in the cab of your truck. You'll have it on your helmet. You ever try to wipe off Never Seas?
It never comes off.
It's supposed to do, I guess. You can have it. And this stuff here, you can see how well it moves on there right now. But if it warms up, it's really nice. Is that good?
That timing looks off, my friend.
Alright.
Not close.
Amazing. One more.
Third time's the charm.
One more too. There you go, rock and roll.
Ooh, baby, she's ready.
Work this crap out. Top there. Got these nice strange cups. You see how nice that works? I'm assuming that's probably a ERP stud in there. We run those. Oh! Rich, I think there's a meeting at Merrittville today.
Oh yeah, there is.
Do we want to go or no?
We could. One's if they say something very important that we miss.
Oh, they're just gonna announce the payoffs and stuff. And I guess I could go and represent. I don't think there's gonna be many people there personally.
Yeah, it's cold out and it's Saturday.
To be honest with you, I really don't care about the rebuttaling that's gonna be going on. It'll be probably ruined my day. Yeah, we're running the Wagners. They're 18.5 plus tax Canadian now. 18.5 is barely in my price range, so what I have to run. We run good with them, we're fast with them, but I think the open motors, I call it open motor, but the open motors, I think you have a little more of an advantage, and you really don't need to be giving a little bit of an advantage to Mike Bowman, Gary Lindbergh, and Matty Williams. Yeah, I don't know why they don't stud the yoke, like have a threaded yoke with the stud, and the stud out here, so you just put a ratchet or impact gun and tighten up your joints a lot earlier at the racetrack. I don't know why.
That's definitely the worst job at the racetrack, under the car and turning that little nut.
Absolutely.
Quarter turn at a time.
And usually if you're doing this, you got the gear oil dripping all over you too, because usually something went wrong with the rear end too. So you got the rear cover off, or you got the rear end split in half. Yeah, it seems forever when you're tightening them up. Yes, I have tried to put a little ratchet in there with a socket. Just ain't quite enough room. So I don't know why we don't do it the other way. You know what I'm saying, Rich? Thread this, have the stud come out, just whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe
I understand you probably put a little more weight in, because this bracket would probably have to be more square, right? So that you have a mating surface for your nut. Now, I don't think when it's rotating it would be a clearance issue, but
maybe a balance issue.
I don't know. Grab my cap down there that fell off. I hate that. Tell me the needles didn't move.
Nope, they're all good.
Did you get full of dirt?
Nope, looks pretty damn good in there.
I'm out of breath. I tell you, you want to change these? I don't care if it's every month. They're only $50. Do this at home. Don't do this at the track, folks. Okay. Should be a bag with 2 more clamps over there.
Your clamps, sir.
Okay. My family. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Get a little hammer here.
The good old wrench hammer. Ratchet hammer.
Just tap that in a little bit.
Make sure she's all seated.
You gotta admit that's pretty sweet, eh?
Oh yeah.
I'm not really big on these rear ends that everybody's running. I understand it's easy for a tube change and stuff, but they seem to be heavy.
Oh, they can't be heavier.
I think they are. And put the load right on me. Sounds like someone's here. Oh, it's probably the news.
Why is the news here, Fred?
I don't know.
What are you about to say?
No. I was supposed to ski for Team Canada today, but I decided not to go.
Decided not to go to the whole China thing, or just...
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't go because I was going to go to Poland. Go right on me. Isn't this a pain in the Canuck?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? If there was... It might be a bind issue, eh? See there?
Yeah.
And be honest with you, I thought this was the right wrench, but I got one with a narrower wall yet than this. So it sits in that hole better.
It's the yellow one in the trailer.
Right.
Not red, yellow.
That's right, we do have another one. It's smaller, yeah.
Right now,
And
it's
you
a
feel
little...
like you're taking a long time, because it is taking a long time. And you're saying, how can I do this quicker?
And obviously, when you're at the track, you're underneath the car, doing it up in between the torque arms. So...
What you gotta do is you're just looking enough of those cheap sets of tools that you can buy at dollar stores and stuff, and just find this little tiny baby ratchet or something that will fit in here with a socket on it. But I do like doing it the first time myself, because things gonna kick me in the butt. I don't want to have to look at anybody but myself.
Axle's all in. The drive shaft, sorry. And now we're just putting in the... What are those called?
Driveshaft hoop protectors.
So your dick doesn't get smashed, right?
I guess I should have tightened these first. They say it goes to the front, but I think I always put mine here. I always put mine right there.
What? The door is here.
Oh, is that your heat? Where did the other flap of my ATV go, Dad?
Uh-oh, here's trouble.
The door is in here.
That one going missing too?
So what's going on? Influencers in the wild?
Yeah, basically.
You're doing our YouTube video.
Yeah, for all your viewers.
Yeah.
Lots of viewers.
Numbers.
So are you guys trying to see how much beer you could drink, or what's the reason for the video?
Yeah, basically.
Influencers in the wild. Well, it's been a blast.
Well,
All right,
Fine. See you next week for the Super Bowl.
you're impeding the work, all right?
Yeah.
you grab your...
So I get back to the hard work.
No, I have other keys.
What are you guys doing?
What do you think of the wall?
Looks a little dextery. Or that you're going to be strapped down naked to the floor. Either way, I don't want to see it.
Either way, I'm out.
Bye.
It's been a blast.
Ciao, ciao.
Go enjoy your time
Adios,
together.
adios.
Slowly but surely, keep coming around.
Yeah, gotta finish that front thing, then I can do the transmission.
What about the tranny?
Oil, the shifter.
Radius rods complete.
Yep, rear radius rod bolt package. Bolt them in, bolt them in.
What do we got here for...
You're supposed to circle it with the marker when you're done, so you don't look at them.
Okay,
Huh?
pass me the marker.
Where? You gotta circle it when you use them.
Front radius rods to frame. done. Now we want to go rear radius rod.
Well, can't wait back get out the big to the O, and I put a picture of me pulling a wheelie.
At the Big O?
No,
Oh.
Just a picture of my car pulling a wheelie.
Have we even ran there before? Not since I've been on the team, eh?
last time I ran there, I ran a small box against a big box, and my car was handling perfect. And I was running the outside, and Brackman and Gibson Express had a hard time. I take that back. It was work to get by me, but they went by me. But it shows you, you run a big block there, you'll get. They can allow you to run a big block there. You'll get your ass kicked at a small block.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Is he? He's just. It's just a small block show, though, right?
I don't know. All right. Another thing done.
What do we got done there?
Dry shaft safety hoops complete. Just need a 15/16 over there.
Yep.
I just need to get something to hold this here. You gotta hold that heim there with the 7/8 when you're torquing that 15/16 bolt up. Because if you don't, the heim will come all the way to its stop, and you can put a burr on the heim. It might not seem like much, but you'll create a shitty bind. Now you got everything just moving nice and smooth. Hold it there. And you torque it until your veins pop in your forehead, and then you're good.
That's the torque spec?
Vein in head.
Vein in head torque spec. Got it. What do we got going on here?
We just got to tough up the training.
What are you putting in it?
You put ATF in, that's just a wad. You can run ATF. They recommend the Burt stuff. But you put ATF in it, run it for your hot laps or whatever your first race is, and then put your Burt stuff back in there, just to rinse out any small shavings or shit that might be in there.
So the question is for Bert, transmissions. Why is your filler hole so small?
Well, they just have it the size of a transmission funnel hole.
That would be, too easy. Next, we got our gear shifter going in.
Dummy that over there. Yeah, that's cool.
Simple enough, and then all these holes here are just for adjustment if you're a shorter driver or whatever.
Put it where you want it, yeah. Just when you start getting all the lines, you normally just buy a car complete or whatever, and you don't have all these lines. Start putting it together. You start putting something in, and the next thing you know, you got to take it all apart again because the brake line goes on the other side, or okay. You need a Allen key. I think this is it. Yes, I am. Well, this is just, you can put a shifter down on the transmission, just a stick shift here. But when you run this, when you say tighten your seat belts.
I hated that when I drove Luke's car at practice the one day. You gotta undo your seatbelt to shift the gear.
You gotta loosen them up too much.
Yeah.
So that's why I dummy this stuff all in like this, and then I'll tie it off later. But I like this being here like this brake adjuster, right front shut off. This is actually proportional.
you can actually just, you can apply it all, shut it right off, or turn it right on, or just proportion it.
Pretty simple design. These remote shifters, they just thread in right there. Bracket hooks up to the side.
All right. There's so many lines in your cockpit, eh?
Yeah. There's a million different ways to get around it, right?
That would make sense. Like that. There we go.
So he's just bolting up the clutch there.
Yeah, it's got like a wet Honda clutch in there, inside the transmission. So you clutch here, you shift here. That's high gear. You drop it in high gear, and then when you clutch, high gear is direct, but your forward and reverse up in here. If you put it forward or reverse, it won't go anywhere until you clutch it. Then it'll roll. It'll roll when you clutch it.
And then
You just get up to 30 kilometers an hour and you just feed it back into drive. Just drop it in. Half-inch wrench there. I tend to over torque. Good. Just before it struts. And then that's what I said. I was working with this brake line, see? And then I'm gonna get this right about there. So then I can still get my high gear. I mean my low gear. That's what this adjuster's for. And then I'll be able to get my high, my low, my reverse. So I just got to work on that, and then this will be here, my adjustment right there. That's where I'm going to lock that down. And I only got a half box, so nothing's even going to be bolted here. But I got Teflon tape on that side. I bought that car off of I bought that car off either Mike Maroney or Jake Spraker. It was a coil-over car. Jake Spraker car was a torsion car. And we won a bunch of sportsman championships with that car. We bought the red car, the red panel.
what I asked him was, what was the significance of AJ Sideways? And that is Alan Johnson. What's the significance of AJ Sideways though? Like, is that what they called him?
Alan Johnson.
But like, what's the sideways about?
You didn't know how to walk free, I guess. I don't know.
All right, the 2022 build's coming together, making some progress on her. I think that's it for the night. Solid 8 hours, wrenching away, picking away just the little things. Fred, you want to go over what we got done so far on this thing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Got the front end in. Well, got the front end dummied in. We got the axle radius rods on it. We'll throw all the spindles on maybe next day or two. But inside here, we got a lot done inside the car. Got a bird transmission installed, total power starter. Got the drive shaft all done. All the sliders all done in there. Radius rods, master cylinder. So we'll get the reservoirs put on there. I'll get some calipers put on the flex lines are on the front. We'll throw the calipers on there. We'll let them gravity bleed while we're working on the rest of the car. Something I recommend for people, just let them gravity bleed. Cost of brake fluid, flushes the system out, especially on an old car. You know, newer car it's not as bad, but an older car, just let it flush out. Empty your reservoirs first, so don't put that shit that's been sitting in there all winter long. Don't let it run through the system. Empty your reservoirs out, pull the rubber hose off, let them drain out.
put some new stuff in there, then bleed your system. That'll be contaminated, full of moisture. So, but other than that, we're just gonna get the lines all in here. We got a little adjustment here for the front brakes. I'm gonna finish the lines tonight, get everything tied in. We'll be ready for the dry shaft cover, and then I'm gonna get my brother over here and help me put the full containment seat in it, because he's got a pretty nice setup in his car. It's extremely comfortable, so I'm gonna try to go for that.
Well, you heard it there, guys. Also, we got the fuel cell in there. It's just mocked up in there, not strapped in or anything.
Basically a beer holder right now, right?
Yeah, so this was the beers it took to work on the car today. Not that many, actually, surprisingly. But this is the 22 build. If you guys want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys later.
Hey.